Hey guys, Nixon here, and welcome back to my channel, and this is another episode of Nightmare Affair, where we talk about my dreams that I have randomly and stuff that happens after I play ghost games. Stay tuned. So, the other day, you all know that I played Bloody Mary, if you all watched my previous video. Well, after I played that game, some weird stuff happened. So that night, I had a dream. And in that dream, I was homeless. And I happened to live inside of a super grocery store. Kind of like, if you all know a store called Jungle Gyms, you know, that's a gigantic international food store. And that's where I squatted. That's where I lived. I lived in that food store. And their mascot was a bear. The store's mascot was a bear in a bumblebee suit. It was a bumble bear.
Where's the bumblebee?
And why it was in a bumblebee suit, I don't know. But I always tormented this mascot. Oh, in my dream, I tormented this mascot. And the way I bugged it was there was beehives, like giant tree things that were like beehives. And there was these giant mechanical bumblebees that would fly around the beehives. And I would throw coins at them. And every time a coin would hit one of those bees that was circling one of those giant statue beehives in the store, it'd go and it would hit the ground and it would blow up. So there would be an explosion in the store, and then the bear would come running. And then when the bear would come running, I would run away, but that's how I tormented the bear. So in order to survive, since I was homeless, I didn't have a job or anything, which I don't know why I just went and get a job at the store I happened to be living in at that time. But I would steal food and stuff from off the shelves to survive. And there was the control room where they watched all the video cameras and stuff actually had the best stuff in it. I guess it was money. That I was looking for, but it had the best loot. And I went up to one of the guards and was like, can you take me on a tour through that control room, please? And so he agreed, surprisingly, which I don't know why a guard would take you into a control room to look and see where all the cameras and stuff are, but he agreed, and we went in there. And as I was in there, I saw the room was like a donut shaped. And, well, a square donut. It was like a square donut. It wasn't a circle donut, it was a square donut. And there was a hole in the middle of it. And down that hole was a cage. And as soon as I peeked over that ledge and looked down the cage, the officer was like, we have a code orange, blah, blah, blah. And everyone went crazy. Like buttons would hit, sirens went off, and I was freaking out. I was like, what's going on? And the guard was like, you shouldn't have looked down there. You saw things you shouldn't have saw. Well, I got arrested because I looked down in that hole and got taken to another room. And inside this store, there was a jail. It was a jail. Like, you go into another room and there's a prison. Like I said, it's a huge store. So, obviously huge stores are gonna have prisons. Clearly. So I got thrown in that jail cell. What I realized when I was in the jail cell was it was the same cell I was looking at in the control room down through that hole. And inside this jail cell was a lady in white. She had her face covered up like this, and she was kind of looking down, and she was in the corner. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Mind you, this is the follow-up to the Bloody Mary video. So, this is the dream I had that night. This lady, black hair, she has black hair, She has pale skin and she's in a white dress. She has red fingernails and she has her face covered up like this. And she slowly turns around like and looks at me and takes her hands down, and she has just holes, like black holes around her eyes. Well, there's no eyes, they're just black holes. And she reaches out, and when she reached out, that's when I woke up. But I didn't just wake up because she reached out, I woke up because there was a loud crash in my house. And as soon as I woke up, I jumped up, I grabbed my phone, I looked at it, and it was 3:59.
Because you're gonna end up dead.
Just turning 4 o'clock. I had that dream during 3 a.m. to 3:59 a.m., which is the haunting hour. So that kind of freaked me out. But in the days following after I played Bloody Mary, there's been some kind of weird things. Just not like things, well, actually, things being placed where they shouldn't be placed, where I know I left them somewhere and then they've been moved. And then there's been like strange noises, not like scratching or anything like that, just like sometimes there's occasional bangs or taps in places where I know there's no one at, like my dog and my fiance wouldn't be anywhere near those areas. So just weird stuff. It's just weird stuff. If you all have any ideas of what you all think it is, or some reasons why I had that dream after I happened to play Bloody Mary, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and if you like my videos, hit the notification button so that you all get notifications when I post something. So, have a good night.